We have a lot of work to do on our 2.5 RS. In the last video, we got the entire shell of the car in primer. I'm still waiting on this to cure before I really touch it. It has just been so cold up here that it's taking quite some time. I think we're in the high 20s, low 30s right now. And if you've ever painted or you've done painting before, you know, paint and cold don't go together very well. So speaking of, we're gonna paint anyways, we are gonna jump straight into some painting to paint some of the panels that we do already have primed. Now yesterday I did actually jump on painting some of the panels. Some of them came out very well. Some other ones I feel like I might have to go back and repaint. We'll see though. So before we jump into what we're doing today, let's get caught up on that. Now, some of this stuff came out awesome. Like the side skirts came out literally problem-free. There's very little, well, I guess there is some orange peel in it, but there's very little orange peel in the side skirts. The color came out consistent throughout the entire panels. There's very minimal runs on those. Super happy with how these came out. This fender right here, couldn't be happier with it. Came out solid. All the metallics laid out nicely. There's no runs in the clear coat, and it looks good. We're still gonna have to wet sand this stuff because I'm still working on my technique and there is orange peel in it. The hood, I don't love it. Maybe I do love it, I don't know. I can't judge it too much quite yet because I'm still waiting for all of this to cure. But there's like these weird, I don't even know how to get them to show up on camera. There's like some of these weird like crystallized looking lines. It's like patchy, like right there. I can't even show you guys, but I don't love the hood, so I might repaint the hood. This fender came out fine. Metallics laid down nicely. Clear coat laid down nicely. I did get some runs in the clear coat on this edge up here, so we'll go to wet sand this once all of this is cured. Obviously, if I sand through the clear coat and the paint, we'll have to redo that, but I'm pretty certain I am gonna repaint the hood. I don't love it. I don't love it. There is a whole bunch of dry spray on the edge of the hood over here that I did. It's just, I feel like I can do better. The hood scoop came out fine though. No issues at all in the hood scoop. It's literally just the hood that I have an issue with. All the metallics laid out nicely. On camera, the hood looks fine, but in person, I don't know. I have to wait for this to cure more before I can judge it too much because there's like these weird lines. I so wish it would show up on camera. I mean, I guess it doesn't. It just doesn't, it does not show up no matter what I do. Like it just looks fine on camera. In person though, it doesn't. It's like, oh, right there where the light's reflecting. You can kind of see them. I don't know what happened on the hood. So the hood will more likely get repainted than not. Only thing that I can think of that would attribute to the hood doing that is the temperature. That's the only thing I can think of because I did have the rest of the panels back here more near the heater where I had the hood up kind of by the door where it was probably a little bit colder. So I don't know. If I have to repaint the hood, I'll repaint the hood. It's not a big deal, but it just bothers me. Everything else I'm super happy about, except the hood. Now that the rear quarter panels have cured up a decent bit, I can wet sand these down to scuff them up. And what we're gonna do is apply a skim coat to both of the rear quarter panels. A skim coat is a light layer of lightweight body filler that we are going to utilize to ensure that we can get the panels flat. Now, when doing this, you cannot use a DA. I guess you can, I just wouldn't suggest it. We opted to block sand the entire car. Now, by block sanding it, we can ensure that we can get things flat because that block obviously is flat. There's no manipulation to it, so it's going to keep everything as smooth as possible. Once I felt like it was to a point where I was happy with it, we go ahead and spray the panel down with some guide coat. The guide coat is just going to show us any low spots or high spots, so as we're block sanding, we know where to focus. Now, if this is something that you're considering doing, I would highly suggest the Eastwood stuff. We've been using their lightweight body fillers, their fiberglass reinforced fillers, their primers, their paints, their clear coats, pretty much all of our Bodywork stuff on both the Subaru and the FD. If you guys are looking to snag any of that, you can use our discount code Smeedia10 and save yourself a little bit of money over there as well. We have gone ham, hard as a motherfucker today. So both rear quarter panels, I have spent about 4.5 to 5 hours on each side ensuring that they are smooth. These have been guide coated, they've been block sanded, starting at 180, 240, 320. Now we need to put another coat of epoxy primer over all of this because I talked to a couple bodywork people and painters. They said do not spray base color over filler. It will absorb the base color and then you'll have a hell of a time trying to fix that later. So another coat of epoxy primer. Once this primer is on, we should be good on these panels. We're gonna let it all cure, sand the body in a couple of days after this new epoxy primer is cured, and then we should be able to paint the body at that point. I can't get it any more perfect than this, you guys. It's literally as perfect as possible. I will say over here on this side, I did have an issue right in the, and it's nothing that we can really fix issue. It's that spot right there. That is, it looks thick, but I promise it's really not a ton of body filler. There's an issue with this wide body where there's an indent right here. So what I'm gonna have to do, I don't wanna mess up the masking. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build a stanchion off the inside of the wide body that mounts to the stock body to give this a little bit extra support and rigidity, and it'll put that wide body where we need it for width. Because if you look at it right here, there is a low spot right where all that body filler is, and there's just nothing I can do about it unless I just keep piling body filler on there, and that's not what I want to do. Everything else is very light coat. You guys saw me just slather these fenders in body filler, and then I spent so much time hand sanding. I didn't use a DA, I didn't use anything. All of this was hand sanded down. So I don't have my head cam, so you guys are not going to be able to watch me paint this one, which you guys have watched me paint this stuff so many times. I am pretty annoyed. Where'd they go? Right here, dude. These freaking pinholes keep showing up in the wide body. I don't know why. They're right there. Like, there's significantly less of them this time than there was last time, but there's those ones there. There's some on this side too. I know I saw them. There's some more pinholes on this side. So what I think I'm gonna have to do is I think we're gonna have to let all this cure. We're gonna have to sand it again. Once this is sanded, we're gonna have to hit it with some like filler primer and then sand it smooth again before we paint. But it's just like the epoxy primer needed to go on anyways to cover up the rest of the bodywork that we just did, but it's like, it's just annoying, you know what I mean? What do I see right there? That looks funny over there. I don't know why why do you look funny? I don't know why these pinholes keep showing up. And it's really freaking annoying because I spend so much time getting everything like perfect and straight, and then it pinholes. Overall, I mean, like, it looks good. I'm finally happy with how this looks. This looks good. So we're gonna let this sit overnight. We're gonna let it cure. We'll come back tomorrow. We'll take a look at it, and then we're gonna let this sit for a couple more days, fix the pinholes, and then just paint the chassis, dude. We're just gonna paint it. Coming back and looking at this now that it's the morning, everything looks great, dude. Like, there are a couple small pinholes, and it's not in the body filler, it's not in the primer, it's not in any of that. It's in the physical fiberglass of the wide body. So I talked to a couple people, and what they suggested we do, I got a whole bunch of suggestions from people on Instagram, so you guys are awesome. The biggest and best suggestion that I saw was glazing putty. I have glazing putty here, so I think that is going to be the best course of action for what we're gonna do to fill these little pinholes, and I'll show you guys them. And there's only 2 spots on each quarter panel, 1 or 2 spots on each quarter panel, so that's really not bad. And after doing all that block sanding, I am so much happier with the fit and fitment and shape of the actual body now. But keep in mind, on this quarter panel, there is still that low spot, but if we come down here with everything kind of cured up, that now resembles a factory look. Even coming up here from the top and looking at a top-down kind of perspective, that looks freaking awesome, dude. Same thing over here on the passenger side. I'm actually a little bit happier with how the passenger side came out, but if you look at that, that now resembles pretty much what I would say as an OEM fender or OEM body at this point. So this needs to cure up for at least another 36 hours before we do anything to it. So this is going to sit and chill. These are the pinholes that I'm talking about. As you guys can see, they're just like these little divots and indentations, and that's in the fiberglass itself. So what we're gonna do with this is let it cure. We'll scuff it up a little bit, get some glazing putty on this area, and just sand it all the way smooth with probably 300 or 400 grit sandpaper so we don't go through the epoxy primer. And then once this is filled, we will just scuff up the rest of the fenders and the actual body up to 600, so that way we can get a smooth finish when we go to put our base coat down. The front of the car is looking awesome with the World Rally Blue fenders on there and everything. It looks so good, dude. I'm happy with how the fenders and the side skirts came out. So once we have the entire body of this car painted World Rally Blue, we can actually install the side skirts permanently after this cures up, because we don't want to put, obviously, panels on fresh paint. So once it all cures up, we can actually have the physical chassis of the car repainted World Rally Blue, and that is the biggest portion of all of the bodywork that we have for this car. The rest of the stuff that we have, repaint the hood, the doors, buy and paint a trunk, and obviously a wing. We're gonna need an STI wing on this thing too. Build and install the carbon fiber roof. We are still gonna be doing a batch run on that for you guys. For those who are interested, there will be more details as we get further along with that. Once the carbon fiber roof is on there, we can install a new windshield, our back glass, our rear quarter glass, and then really get this thing going. Like this, it's not that far out from being done. The biggest thing right now is just body work and getting the body where we need it. So once the body is pretty much sorted, then it's just get the long block assembled, put it in the car, build a turbo kit, get all of our accessories figured out, build the wire harness, and we're well on our way. So once we're through this bodywork portion, things is gonna pick up a lot. It's just, there's a lot of cure times and a lot of perfection that has to go into this right now. But that is all I've got for you guys on this. I would say massive progress. We have panels painted, we have the rear quarter panels done. At this point, it's just waiting for this to cure, scuffing it all up, and painting it. So that is probably what the next video is going to be. You guys will see the chassis in full World Rally Blue. And it's gonna look so good considering how this car looked when we got it. It was multicolor, it was sideswiped, it was rusty, it looked like shit, it smelled like shit. So I am all hyped for this. But with that, that's all I got for you guys on this one. If you're hyped with the progress, go ahead and hit that like button, turn it black, blue, green, yellow, purple, silver, cyan, whatever color it turns for you. But the color of the day today is World Rally Blue, so let's hope that like button turns blue. If you're not subscribed and you wanna be able to put it in one of these corners, no idea which one quite yet, but with that, I will catch you guys in the next one. So peace out, homies.